All right, so let's go ahead and take it out for a drive. To put it into drive, you just switch this little switch back and we are all set. So like I mentioned, this model right here features the 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, producing 274 horsepower and 311 foot-pounds of torque. All that power is distributed to all four wheels via a 8-speed automatic transmission. And as you see, once we give it some gas, it gets up and goes. This engine, even though it is a 4-cylinder, which replaces the old 3.6 liter V6, if I'm not mistaken, this actually has a lot of punch and a lot of grunt into it compared to that engine. And it's actually a lot better compared to the Hyundai Palisade with the 3.5 liter V6 that's naturally aspirated. And man, does it really have a lot of that low end torque. This vehicle does move. Surprisingly, for its weight, this car hauls. I mean, whether you get the hybrid variant or you get the gas version, it's actually very, very good. Now, this one that we're reviewing today is going to be the X Pro SX Prestige. So this is more of an off-road capable model compared to the X Line. The X Line is a little bit softer off-road. This is more of your off-road capable variant. So continuing on over here, very, very nice. And this interior is beautiful. I will say, you have Alcantara across the whole entire roof line. You also have it in the back of the seat rest. This design is very, very good, and it's very important for Kia to, evolve the Telluride and make it a hit once again, because the first generation was such a huge hit, and now it's actually back with even, these cars are selling very well. A lot of dealerships are keeping them, it's hard to keep them on the actual dealership lot because of the fact that so many people have been looking for this new generation, especially people who have had the last generation going over to a new generation, or even the competition. For example, a lot of Honda Pilot owners actually switching over to the Kia Telluride. But with the windows, since it's more squared off, you actually can see out better compared to what you had in the last generation. So they're more elongated, there's more real estate in its overall presence, and I'm very happy about that because it's very important to have a lot of overall visibility outside the front as well as the side windows. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it into sport really quick, and then we can test out. So this is all-wheel drive right over here. And it gets up and goes. Honestly, this car is fantastic. You can feel that off-road suspension with this model incorporated here because it does have a 9.1 inch overall ground clearance compared to the regular X Line and other Kia Telluride models. So just keep that in mind. But this feels fantastic. Going around this curve over here, or roundabout, I should say. There is a little bit of, body roll, which is typical for an SUV, especially on this overall height and size of this car, but it feels great nonetheless. And as you see, when you put your turn signal on, it actually has the blind spot cornering lights, so they will go ahead and illuminate when it comes to changing lanes. Now, another thing that this car has is the rear view camera system, so you can see the camera out the rear view. I know a lot of companies actually, I've been starting to do that recently. Kia is one of them, and it's actually really good to have that just so you can see what's going on in the back. You can actually adjust the overall height of it so you can see more lower, more up. And also it could be useful in off-roading if you ever need to see what's going on behind you. Maybe there's a Jeep Wrangler behind you or a Bronco, but yeah, that is something that's pretty good to have in a vehicle of the size, especially if you have people who are occupying all of the roads in this model. And the brakes are actually pretty good. You do have to give it a little bit more input in terms of brake pressure, but that's pretty normal when it comes to these You also get a heads-up display. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has very, very good visibility right now, and I can see easily out of the vehicle. It's right in the center. It shows you if there is a overall line across here on the left side or the right side, and then once that disappears, it actually disappears on the center gauge. So that's very, very awesome to see. And man, that 4-cylinder, you can hear it scream. Yes, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't think that there's anything bad with the fact that you can hear your engine. In a world where everything is so augmented inside of the vehicle via the speaker system, I actually like the fact that we can hear the engine in this model. That is super rare to find in a vehicle of this size, or a category, I should say. A lot of sound deadening is implemented into modern cars, so then they take out the droniness of the 4-cylinder. With this, you at least have some of that, engine sound into the cabin space. Mind you, that's in sport mode. If you ever go into, eco mode, which I only recommend, honestly, on the highway, not so much on daily use, like traffic use, that's going to help you out with fuel economy. So with the hybrid model, which you can't get for the X Pro, unfortunately, that one can get a total of 600 miles on a full tank of gas. With the gas version, you're probably going to be looking around 400, 450 of the overall range. So honestly, not too bad for a vehicle of this size, but still at the same time, you got to also consider what it's like to drive this car daily, how much fuel you're going to be wasting in this model. Man, this car is honestly great. The way it handles. Let's throw it into eco really quick. Actually, no, normal mode. And I want to see, the gauges actually look very good. You could tell that they are 60 frames per second, a lot crisper and a lot faster than what we saw on other vehicles in the same competition space. For example, the Honda Pilot actually has a digital gauge, but the digital gauge in that Honda Pilot, you could tell it's very cheap. With this one, you can tell it's very premium in its overall design presence. Remember, Hyundai does own this company, which is Kia, and as well as Genesis. So I'm sure there's a lot of, design choices being shared amongst the three brands on this model. I wanted to take it down this road over here because there is a few bumps, and I want to see how it feels overall. Oh man, that thing ate it up. Barely moved the whole entire vehicle. Wow, that's very impressive. Honestly, this is such a great product. No matter which trim you go for, whether it's a top trim like this model right here, or you go for a hybrid or the lowest trim, you are going to thoroughly enjoy the ride of this vehicle, the way these seats feel. It's just so much better compared to the last generation, which the last generation, I'm not saying that it's a bad generation. It was a great, fantastic generation, but for a vehicle that competes in a very heavily contested, segment right now, this is going to be a huge win for families all around, younger kids who are going to be sitting in the back seat with their friends, or if they ever do any kind of any kind of sports. It's going to have so much practicality. It's great performance. It gets you from point A to point B reliably, as well as fuel economy is going to be fantastic in this car. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys are interested in purchasing any vehicles of Kia's, make sure to go ahead and contact Angel V. He works here at South Dade Kia. Make sure to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.